Okay, this activity is a Photoshop extra learning activity that you can do right at the beginning of graphic design class. This is meant for students who are just getting started with Photoshop, just started the class, and maybe you finished some things early and you would like to do an extra project on your own. And here's help getting started on that. Use your internet browser to search a photo. So I'm using Chrome. And here I just typed in singer and I made sure that I'm searching for a large photo. And I'm just going to pick this picture of Carrie Underwood. And once she pops up large, I'm going to hit view image. And once I get the large image, I'm going to drag that onto my desktop. I want to think about a photo that I could blend with her. So I typed in old car and I'm going to search large photos again, and I'm just going to look for like an old-fashioned car just because I'm going to blend these two photos together. So I was kind of thinking about maybe her song lyrics, and I thought these two would look kind of cool together. So I'm dragging that off to my desktop. You're going to open up Photoshop and go to File, Open, and open those two pictures. You're going to notice when you open two pictures that they open in tabs across the top. So now I have both of my pictures. You can see that I have two tabs across the top, and I can click on either of those tabs and that will take me to those pictures. Now, one picture on top of the other picture, you want to go to the Move tool, click in the center of the picture, hold down your mouse and drag, and then hover over the tab of the other picture. Once the new picture appears, move your mouse to the middle of the picture and let go of your mouse. And now you have a new picture on there as a new layer. You may have to zoom out if it's slightly larger and resize, but that's how you get one picture to the other. Resize, make sure you hold Shift, and also make sure you hit Return to commit your layer. Okay, so now we're going to use some blending modes to blend your images together. So on the top layer, we want to blend it into the bottom layer. And so you can go over to the Layers panel and choose different blending modes, like I'm doing here. So go through them, find a combination that you like. Now, if you set it back to normal, you can always see, the original picture. You might want to set it back to normal at some point and use the eraser tool to erase out any parts that maybe you don't want in the picture anymore. So here, I just want the car, but I feel like no matter what blending mode I use, the background's distracting. So I'm using the eraser to take the background out. This is how I hid the background layer so I could just concentrate on erasing the car. Now with the blending mode on, I used darken. I also reduced the opacity and readjusted the size. Now the car is in front of her face and her arms, so I'm erasing on the car layer so that the card isn't distracting on her. Now click on the new layer icon and make a new layer. Next, you're going to hit B on your keyboard, and you can choose a paintbrush that you would like to use from up in the options bar. Use a paintbrush that you think would add some fun strokes to this image. I'm going to outline her, so I'm just going to pick a kind of a calligraphy looking brush, and then I'm just going to outline her, making sure that I am painting on the new layer. So feel free to add some strokes, have them related to the image. You can see I'm kind of tracing her body outline and her hair, so have it related to the image somehow. After I have added those brush strokes, then I changed the blending mode of that layer and had it blend into the picture. Now I'm adding another layer so I can trace the background and I'm going to kind of just trace the vehicle with some strokes, and then I'm going to change that blending mode and blend it into the background of the picture. Again, this is just a fun way to incorporate and blend in two pictures and add some fun to it. Be sure to save two files, a Photoshop document and a JPEG document, and the JPEG's the one that you will use outside of Photoshop, such as turning into Schoology.